What if I just started chugging this on camera? What is this, by the way? Because it says wine, but I feel like whenever it's see-through like that, it's something else, right? Tempranillo, Garnacha Rosé. It's rosé. It's kind of nasty. Rosé. It's like drinking vinegar. But it's meant to be like a lighter wine. Like it's meant to taste better or something. I don't know. Because it's like fruitier, right? But it still tastes like vinegar. On the floor tonight, and teach me how to move like the water. Is the Chinese government still forcing Uyghurs to work in sweatshops to make clothes for Temu or whatever? Was that a conspiracy theory or was that true? I know there's a genocide, but part of the genocide was taking these people and making them work for Temu. I don't have things to talk about. Okay, so let's just sit in the dark. Let's just sit in the dark. Hello? Go. Stay. Let's just sit in the dark and just think. I thought of something. I realized that so every time I like stretch and I do yoga and stuff, I can feel behind my right the right side of my neck, the like back of it, the like in between the shoulder blade and the neck, I don't know, like right here. There was like something there that I couldn't stretch it out. I couldn't like move it. It was like in the way. And yesterday I realized that I could just like forcefully push my head into my spine by force. I don't have to like be doing different movements. I don't have to be using my hands to push my head. There's neck muscles you can use to push your fucking head into your neck, and it immediately got rid of whatever the fuck was going on over here. Maybe like a air bubble. That's what it felt like. Something popped. Not like it didn't make a noise. It just cracked. Kind of like how you feel whenever a bone cracks. And when I put my head back up, a lot of blood rushed to the area, and I couldn't see. Like I lost my vision because of the blood rushing to the back of my neck. And I almost passed out. It was really fun. I really felt like I did something, like something good, you know. I got rid of whatever the fuck it was like. It was like a point of stress, you know. By force, just push my head into my body. Leave me on the floor tonight. Teach me how to move like the water. I'm cold. I'm gonna go for a walk. But the sun's already down. I feel like I'm still gonna go for my walk though, but I'm scared because my outfit isn't for nighttime. These baggy ass jeans, that's not like midnight wear. People see you wearing these in the dark and they're like, what are you fucking wearing in the dark, you know? I'm not really dressed for the nighttime. I'm dressed for like 5 p.m., which was when I woke up. I woke up at 5 p.m. and I washed my hair because I can't sleep at night. I can't sleep at night. And it's fine. I'm definitely afraid of opening my emails. But I do it because we gotta do it to survive. What? I'm hungry. don't know. Because literally, whenever I feel like I look good in a video, I just can't stop talking. Because I keep looking at myself and I keep like thinking and talking. I just can't help it. Can't help but to think and talk. Why do my lips look crazy? That's crazy. Between 10 and 4 in the morning, I can hear something like moving. So it's such an insignificant sound that it makes that if I was like 1% deafer or like older, because like you kind of lose your hearing when you get older, I wouldn't hear it at all. It's like such a tiny little sound. But then the louder sound is chewing on my bedpost, which is what it sounds like. It sounds like just something like chewing on my bedpost, and I can feel the bed not moving. It's like I just feel like a. If you've ever lain in like an old rickety wooden bed, and like someone just like touched the bedpost, you can kind of feel it like vibrate through the bed because it's it's an old rickety fucking bed that's from 2004. You know, it's like you touch it, it's like there's a reverb shock going through it, and I can kind of feel it slightly moving like that. It's not like moving, but it's like whenever I'm laying on it, I can feel something. And sometimes I doubt it and I think I'm just imagining things, and then I hear the little like chewing noise again, and I'm like, no, I definitely fucking heard that. Just because I said that I think chakras might be real doesn't mean that I hallucinate, okay? just because I said I can see light emanating from the forehead of women doesn't mean that I hallucinate. Also, we all hallucinate like visually, but hearing things, it's a lot more difficult thing to do. And feeling it, it's a lot more difficult thing to do. You gotta be talented in order to fucking hear things. Hear your name being called. Whenever I say we all hallucinate, I just mean like seeing, like thinking you see something but there's nothing there. Like, have you ever looked down at your phone and you're like walking in the street and you see there's like something in front of you and it looks exactly like a person, but you're like looking at your phone and you look up and it's like a rack of, I don't know, it's like a thing of boxes or like a rack of clothes or I don't know, a fucking lamppost with a sign on it, and you're like, oh, that's not a person at all. When you're looking down your phone in the corner of your eye, it looks like a person because your brain is designed to do that. That's what I mean when I say everyone hallucinates. There's a difference between that and schizophrenia, because when you're schizophrenic, I'm not schizophrenic, but whenever you are schizophrenic, your brain convinces you that everything, every little paranoid thought and every single mild like hallucination like that is real. And instead of thinking like a normal person, instead of thinking like I missaw or I what's it called when we missee something, your eyes were playing tricks on you, right? Instead of thinking that your eyes were just playing tricks on you, you think there was a person there 100% and they 100% turned into a lamppost and there's no other explanation for it. That's the mind of a schizophrenic. Which sounds fucking horrifying, to live in a world where every time you see like a shadow in a corner of your eye, your brain convinces you that it's real and there's no such thing as like your brain making things up. Everything is real. Because wouldn't you just get more and more and more paranoid and then see more and more and more things? Probably right. That also must mean that you have like no actual perception of yourself, because every time you look in the mirror you probably look different, and instead of just thinking I'm in a weird mood or something, or like this lighting is weird, you just think that you look like that. You think that you're actually changing shape, and there's no other explanation for it. Is it like taking hallucinogens? It must be, right? But at least whenever people are on hallucinogens, they know that they're on drugs and they know that it's not real. They don't think that there's a million eyeballs in front of them. They think, I just took LSD and I can see eyeballs in the wall. And it's not real and it will wear off. But when you're schizophrenic, you're like, this is real. This is 100% happening to me, because your brain can't fathom that it's not. There's like a crossed wires. Anyway, isn't this a nice little like mood ring? It's brown. Let's put it on and see if it changes color. Why was I talking about that? Oh, because I said the mice. I don't know if I want to put out a mouse trap. I want to know for certain that there is a mouse down there. I haven't found any poop. I haven't found anything. But the rat dog over there was digging behind the wardrobe like there is like she sensed something was back there, and I think the mouse is like traveling behind my wardrobe to my bed, and then I don't know where the hell it's going. Green. Green. Meet me on the floor tonight. I got Halloween candy in a little thing in my wardrobe that I'm going to eat on Halloween, because I plan to have a Halloween where I'm going to get alcohol poisoning. And I'm just going to eat some candy that I pre-bought. It's some marshmallows and this, it's like a vampire thing. He's a vampire and he's full of little, Smarties, like off-brand Smarties. And also some Poppets. Is that what they're called? Poppets? The little like toffee, chocolate toffee things that are like really, really good. Yeah, I was like sleeping last night and I was like, I should open that vampire and eat the Smarties inside. I should just, just pour them into my mouth. But I actually thought rationally and said, no, I'm not gonna do that, because I already ate a whole bag of Doritos today and some wine, and the wine made me fall asleep, and I only slept for like 2 hours because alcohol it keeps you awake. And then I stayed awake all night and I could not sleep, and that's why I woke up at 5 a.m. 5 p.m. It's blue because I'm cold as shit. No, it's still green. It's just blue from certain angles. It's crazy. It's crazy. I often think about how scary it would be to be schizophrenic. Because I'm like almost there. I just don't believe my paranoid thoughts. They just make me creative. They just make me think things like Justin Bieber's gonna die soon, and Ed Sheeran is a government psyop, and chakras are real. I feel like that's based in science more than anything else. What else do we feel? What else do I feel like I want to say that I think that I've always thought? Let's think of thoughts. I feel like time isn't, like, we know that time isn't linear, but I feel like the way that I experience it, everything just kind of unfolds, and everything that's happening has already happened, and I'm kind of used to everything, and I've always been the age that and I said this in my video, I think, where I said this video is for women only, and I talk about my birthday, and I talk about how it feels weird to celebrate it because I feel like I've already been here. I feel like nothing new is happening. It's just like it's always been there, and it's just unfolding in front of me. That's just, I don't know if that's like a thought or a feeling. Everything is as it was, and not a single thing could like surprise me. Like the world could end tomorrow and I would be like, yeah, it feels right. I feel like this was always supposed to happen. This was always going to happen. Everything's been leading up to this. There's no way this wasn't going to happen. That's why everyone feels the way they feel recently, Not that I think the world's going to end. I think that's a stupid thought to ever have. The world's going to end tomorrow. I don't think so. I think at worst, a tragedy could happen and wipe out maybe like half of the population of the planet. At worst. I don't think the whole fucking planet Earth can explode or something. And even then, we're just fucking insects, so who cares, right? Like, life, maybe not human life, but there's life out there in the universe and it will go on. We're not the fucking, like, get over yourself, I don't know. Not in a doomer way. In, like, our energy will still be out there, kind of way. Your energy, my energy, will still be out there somewhere. It will burn whenever the universe burns. I'm like reading a book. Because I read I watched the Lena Dunham movie, Tiny Furniture, and I already said this in a video that I realized that like all like literature and movies and stuff I like are like that, where it's just like one person talking to like some people, and there's like a max 5 people in the whole story, and a few settings, and it's like Sartre. What's Sartre's first name? Jean-Paul Sartre. Nausea. And Franz Kafka, not Franz Marc. Franz Marc's the fucking painter. Fucking painter. I actually read something interesting recently about I'm sorry to steer it back to schizophrenia, but I was actually doing research on this while I was doing my research on chakras, okay? I don't know how I was looking into art, okay? And then I find this article. I don't remember where, I can't give you a source, I don't remember where, when, why, about how schizophrenic art mentally ill artists in the like period of what's the period, the art period between like 1910 and 1940, 30, I don't know, that's like one of the best periods in time. I know it was like World War One or whatever, but I don't know. What was that war even about? I don't remember. Like primary school history class when I was 11 in high school, not primary school. I'm sorry, I was 11. I don't remember World War One. It caused a lot of fear in like people who weren't even fighting in it, and like melancholy, and I think people realized that shit sucks. I think people realize that shit sucks. What am I talking about? There were these schizophrenic artists, and because, you know, the invention of the camera, abstract paintings were popping off. Because you didn't need realism anymore. They were popping off. And a lot of painters, supposedly, like, such as Vasily Kandinsky and Franz Marc. 2 examples that happen to be here right now. And me. 2 examples that happen to be here right now. Stole from these schizophrenic artists because they were influenced by the colors that they used, because no one had ever used like, it's like these artists used colors in a way that influenced a specific art movement, but they were never credited, of course, for being the driving inspiration, because their art was seen as drivel, because there was no real like subject. It was just like shapes and stuff. Remember whenever I drew the sound of a trumpet, it was shit like that. And they saw these shapes, these 2 artists, they saw these shapes, and they were like, oh my god, this sucks. But the use of color and the use of shape is interesting, and the repeating patterns. A lot of repeating patterns. And if you look at like, I agree. I've looked at a lot of these like schizophrenic artists. I don't think they all schizophrenia because I think it's just like the 1900s and you just get a diagnosis of anything. So I'm just gonna say like mentally ill. I look at these mentally ill artists and I agree that I don't think their art was like very good. It's not what I enjoy. I enjoy bright colors and a lot of it is like dreary, nightmarish, bland. Very bland. But even today, I think that that art did actually have an impact on like think about an edgy high schooler a sketchbook, right? And there's like eyes everywhere, and like dark shit that they find on Tumblr that I think could be have been influenced from the images from these early artists, these outsider artists, and maybe that stuff does get parodied. What's the term? Appropriated? I don't know what the term is that I'm trying to say. Stolen, reused. Maybe that shit does. But also, it's art. I don't know. It's a complicated subject. You can't just say that, like, I don't know. Also, Vasily Kandinsky wrote a book about art. He wrote a book about art and uses a lot of language, whatever the hell that means. Like just a lot of like I feel like I'm reading the Bible. Like the amount of words in there that are like unnecessary that he uses. He writes in such like in a way that you can tell he thinks in images, but not like coherent ones. Like but he's like found a way to actually like write that, like write incoherently. But it's coherent, I suppose, if you like try. If you really, really use your mind to conjure up whatever the hell he's trying to say, I guess it makes sense. And in the book, he talks about artistic appreciation versus like an audience who like appreciates art, and an artist who is inspired versus like art created for art's sake, and an audience who can tell and doesn't care. But either way, there's going to be an audience who doesn't care. And I don't know. I only read like 3 paragraphs from the first 2 pages. And that's all I got from it. Also, it's translated from Russian, and he uses French phrases, which is pretty cool. If chakras were real, though, and if I like checked my own chakras to determine what the hell's going on, there's a lot of shit going on, like there's the root chakra, and then there's like the stomach or like the ovaries or whatever, and then there's the I don't I gotta draw this out. Okay, there's the 7th, which is like above, and that's like your like connection to like spirituality. It's hard to explain. And then your pineal gland, your third eye. That's the pituitary gland or whatever. Right. Oh, the crown is a connection to the higher self. It's the feminine thing, and it's like the brainstem and the spinal cord, whatever. And the third eye is feminine, and it's connected to your eyes and your brain. And then there's the throat, which is a masculine chakra, and it's the thyroid gland, and it's connected to creativity, communication, the throat, and the mouth. And then there's your heart, which is feminine, and it's like the lungs and the breathing in air and stuff. And then there's the solar plexus, the chest. Well, the fourth one, the feminine one, is connected to the thymus gland. And then the solar plexus is the adrenal gland and the pancreas, and it's male. And also the stomach and the liver. And then number 2 is the ovaries, it's female. Sacral, feminine, sexuality, kidney, bile, it's connected to your like digestive health and stuff. And then number 1 is your base, and it's like below that. And it's in the whatever it's called, between the butthole and the pee hole. It's your base, it's grounding, it's masculine, and it's also connected to your coccyx. Your coccyx. I don't gonad, because I don't know what gland it would be referring to. The gonad, the coccyx. And I feel like my solar plexus is like fucked up. And the heart. Chakra number 4 and 3 and 5 and 1 you need to get into alignment right fuck now. If this is real, of course. If this is real, of course. Number 2 is the ovaries. Sacral, feminine, sexuality, kidney, bile. If you didn't have ovaries though, like what? It gets complicated whenever it's chakra number 1 and 2. 1 is masculine and 2 is feminine. But if you didn't have ovaries, where would it just be your stomach? Or would it be your balls? And as number 1 connect is I don't know. I just found out about this stuff like 2 days ago. So, I mean, I didn't find out about chakras 2 days ago. I actually bothered to read about them 2 days ago, instead of just passing them off as some crazy bullshit. Not like crazy bullshit, but like mental illness. And according to these people, my third eye is open. Because I'm able to see the light when I meditate. And what were the other things? Ego death. I think the phrase ego death is stupid, and I think it should be called something else. Ego death. Like, why death? Why not like awareness, visibility, something or other? It's just like, it sounds like it's trying to be edgy. Back to like the hallucination thing. I feel like I have like it's not like hallucination. I don't think it's hard to explain. It's like, okay, what people describe as like imagination. She has an imagination. I don't believe this shit is real. It's just like my mind has a mind of its own. And then on top of reality, there's always this layer of imagined reality that I have no control over. And it's like my brain sees shit that it wants to. It thinks shit it wants to. And I have like no control over it. It like senses things that it wants to sense. and it's not like my actual experience of reality. It's like this thin layer in front of it that I can totally just write off, but I'm still aware of it. Does that make sense? Like, I'm aware that think of an example.